Okay, for shoulder external rotation liftoffs, you may need 2 yoga blocks or something of similar shape and size. What we're going to do, and we'll be laying on the ground, but external rotation is your upper arm bone is swiveling back into this direction. What should happen is a nice contraction along the back of the shoulders to do that. We want to work near the end of your range of motion. So we're going to work in like the last 10% of your range. So your available range of motion will dictate your setup. You're going to lay on your stomach. Your forehead will go on your opposite hand so that your neck stays nice and neutral. And then you're going to be at shoulder height. Let me show you without the yoga blocks first. Basically, we're moving into this external rotation position. What you want to do, though, is we want to elevate our hand so that we're starting at our end range. So for me, that's probably going to look like this. So that as I go to externally rotate, and I'm thinking about just swiveling that upper arm bone behind me, I only have like maybe an inch to work into. As I'm doing this, I'm making sure my wrist stays neutral. So what you'll see for a compensation is that wrist start to extend. I also want to make sure I'm not just lifting through my spine or just pinching my shoulder blades together. We're really focusing on rotation of this upper arm bone. So what it's going to look like is you're going to find your setup and you are going to externally rotate. You're going to hold that for prescribed time, and then you're going to really control your lower. If you are limited in external rotation, you may actually have the opposite setup, in which case your elbow is on the block and your hand is on the ground, and your liftoff may look like this. So you're going to use your yoga blocks to kind of figure out your setup. You can also play around with elevating the elbow and the hand. And so if I was going to do that, it would look like this. So that as I go to externally rotate, I'm still just at the end range. I'm only able to lift an inch. By doing that, I've kind of changed the alignment of my shoulder. You can see if you feel better with your elbow on a block versus on the ground. Just make sure you're working at the end of your range.